What's Gucci with it, YouTube? Veterans Military, back again with another banger. Today, we're going to be talking about if you should or should not utilize a veteran service officer. What are some benefits, pros and cons, stuff like that. As always, y'all like this type of content, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like the damn video if you learned anything on this channel, on this video. And let's jump into it. It's kind of bright out here. So what's the main question? Should you utilize a VSO, veteran service officer? And simple answer, no, you absolutely do not. But do Debo advise against that? I mean, if you understand the VA claims disability process, you understand the CFR 38, if you understand the medical evidence needed, the documents needed, the presentation, the organization, if you understand everything that is needed in order to submit that claim, by all means, you do not need to utilize a VSO. Taking this method, there is neither any pros to it, but there are a lot of cons. Now let's get into those cons. Number one con of not utilizing a VSO is you won't be able to get any status updates outside of va.gov or e-benefits. Yeah, you could gauge how the CMP exams and stuff go whenever you do attend them. However, you're not going to know the results of them more than likely until that claim finalizes, because the VA has been processing Freedom of Information Act requests 6-7 months. Like by that time, like it doesn't even matter what the DBQ, the disability benefits questionnaire, or that IMO is going to have on it, because at that point you won't be able to contest anything with the VA. You don't know if that's so. It's definitely a con of not utilizing a VSO, not being able to see those detailed submitted information from that examiner. Yeah, you may think you had a good exam. However, that examiner, more times than not, they submit some half-assed documentation to the VA, and that's what the VA goes for. Cons of not utilizing a VSO is, if you were to get a VSO, definitely make sure they have access to VBMS, because outside of that, it does look better, which goes into the second pro or con. The second pro of utilizing a VSO is an organization is submitting your VA disability claim on your behalf. Now, the VA approves and processes claims submitted on behalf of veteran service organizations a lot better than that single veteran submitting that claim. Why? Because a VSO that has access to VBMS, they can have access to see what's going on with the claim, all the way from whenever you start submitting medical evidence to you attending those CMP exams, all the way up until when that VA rater is proposing what to give you per disability. What's their their draft? What's a draft VA rating? I tell you, there's been multiple times where a VSO or my VSO was able to look at the intercept those DBQs and IMOs that were submitted by that CMP examiner to the VA for review prior to any finalization of any VA rating. And I've always talked about it with the migraines, with the mental health, with the back, all that stuff. It's all Gucci killers. When the VA was trying to propose a lower VA rating, went in there, was able to identify that, review those documents, get either in to another CMP exam, or just resubmit or push that DBQ and that IMO back to that CMP examiner so they can correct any issues, and then resubmit it back to the VA. Hopefully, it changes everything. Hey, got that 50%, got that 70%, got that 30%, 40% for the back. I'm talking about dabbing on them. And it's definitely a lot seamless to have a VSO versus not, because you can always ask them questions, go back and forth. Hey, I got X, Y, and Z for my medical evidence for sciatica, for IBS, for hemorrhoids, whatever the case may be. You have someone that's supposed to be educated, supposed to be knowledgeable in the VA disability claims process, that can guide you to service connection. Now, there are a lot of veterans who utilize VSOs who get bad experiences, mainly because these VSOs are in the counties. These are state organized veteran service organizations, and regardless of your state, majority of them are absolute trash. I don't recommend them to any veteran. I say, hey, take your chances. You're better off submitting that claim by yourself versus utilizing county VSO. Why? Because some of these county VSOs, they just don't care. They've been in a position long enough. All they're worried about is the paycheck. They're not worried about what you're submitting. They may even forget to submit your medical evidence, which has happened numerous of times to veterans that have come across my path, as well as just veterans I'm researching into in the ether, putting in these complaints. And it's like you deal with one or two bad VSOs, definitely from county, you're not gonna have a good experience. So that's why you gotta screen each, whichever VSO that you decide you want to get with the organization. Cool. Make sure you are paired with a veteran service officer that is to your liking. They're experienced, they're knowledgeable, they're communicative via the phone, text message, or email. They're going to be educating you along the way, reviewing your medical evidence to make sure it's sufficient, as well as make sure that you're going in and you're prepared for all these CMP exams. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, that's all I got for y'all. There has been some updates to all the digestive system disabilities. They had taken effect in the M21-1 and the CFR 38. I don't really care about the CFR 38, but the M21-1 adjudication claims manual has some good information, detailed information, and I am thinking about doing a video on that information, all the updates and stuff. But y'all let me know down in the comments, down in the, hit the like button. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. We'll see. If this video gets 300 likes, I may do a detailed dive into some of those highly claimed digestive issues and how the VA is starting to process some of these claims. Let your boy know. Hey, as always, like the video, share, subscribe, comment down below. And as always, this motherfucking D-boy, y'all say Gucci with it.